Day two of the Fitness Daily's 90-day quest. All right. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. This might be your least favorite workout sequence of the entire regimen, but it's completely necessary and it's good that we get started on it early on because, like I said, the first 30 days of this routine is a stabilization phase. So we're working to stabilize the lower body kinetic chain, those ankles and knees and hips, you know what I'm saying? And stabilize the core, at least get some base level core strength or core awareness, just the awareness that you have a core and that it should be engaged during these exercises, all right? So this is called the knee complex. And the knee complex is a series of 3 exercises that's designed to strengthen the knees and strengthen the ankles. All right, if you have knee issues, this is what you got to do. All right, so you're supposed to be on the wall for 3 minutes. You've been on the wall for about 1 minute and 10 seconds or so. And so we're going to get to 3 minutes. And we're going to switch to the next exercise. 3 exercises. This one is sit on the wall. So you have to sit on the wall. Secret to sitting on the wall, right? It's going to start burning in the quads. And when it starts burning in my quads, what am I going to do? Stand up? No, I'm not going to stand up. I'm going to move my feet. Right? If I widen my legs, the burn now goes somewhere else. Now it's traveling towards the outside of my quad. It's in a different spot. I can survive a little bit longer. You can move the feet closer, all right? You can move your actual feet into a different position and the burn is gonna move someplace else. You could also move your feet further away from the wall. If you move your feet closer to the wall, it's gonna make the exercise harder. If you move your feet further away from the wall, it's gonna make the exercise easier. So there's plenty of ways to cheat by moving your feet, but don't stand up until we hit 3 minutes. And right now, we are approaching the final minute. We're in the last few seconds of this now. And after we sit on the wall for 3 minutes, then we're gonna move to lean on the wall, all right? So in about 20 seconds or so, I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna switch to the next position, lean on the wall, all right? Good. About 5 more seconds. Okay, all right. Now, when we lean on the wall, we want to be in an athletic position, which means you're not going to be bent over like this where we don't have any control of our body. We're going to arch the back, all right? Let me just take a look at the time. We're at 2:16. Arch the back now and squat down. Like if you had to push your car up a hill, you ain't gonna push it up the hill like that. You're gonna get in a good, strong position. And this is lean on the wall, okay? So you can actually sit like this and fall onto the wall. All right, so now we're gonna be here another 3 minutes. And look, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do this exercise with you in the beginning because I want you to know that it can be done. It feels so gross and ugly and painful in the beginning, but you'll get used to it. And once you get used to it, you can really grow and see real gains, not just in your physical body, but in your mental body too. Just the will to endure, struggle, and suffer to achieve whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. That's what we're building as well, is that mental strength. All right, so 3 minutes. This is the same concept here too, is when we start to feel that burn build up in those quads or those calves, wherever you're feeling it, you just move your feet. And when you move your feet, you're gonna give yourself a little bit of relief, but don't stand up, right? Don't straighten those knees. Stay indoor because that burn that you're building up is blood flow. And that blood flow is what is going to heal and strengthen those tendons and ligaments. All right, it's going to heal the injury by causing the blood flow to pump out all of those dead blood and built up scar tissue, whatever it happens to be. The only way to get it out from where it is to suck it out with blood flow. All right, and again, the more that blood is oxygenated, the better it is at doing its job of giving the body life. Oh yeah, it's an awkward exercise. It's not comfortable. We're on our final minute though. All right, so I talk through it, and that makes it easier for you guys to endure, because you just listen to my silly self babble on and on about whatever. And I think I know I'm talking about something. I think I know. And maybe I ain't no doctor. You know, I let my certification lapse, but trust me, I'm qualified. I know what I'm talking about, and I know it works because I've done it for myself, and I've done it for other people as well. So just stick to the plan and be consistent. We're there. All right. All right. Now, the last thing we got to do is sit on our feet. All right. That's how you sit on your feet. And you're not going to sit on them like this. Feet flat and sit. Okay. It's the last exercise in the series. It's the knee complex. So we'll do 3 minutes here. And I'll be honest with you, 3 minutes is not the goal. 5 minutes is the goal. But if you're at 3 minutes already in the beginning, you're doing great. You're doing great. You ain't gonna have no problems. But it's something we have to do. Some people may be stuck here. That's all right. You just have to endure wherever you're at for 3 minutes. Okay. Eventually, your quads and everything in your lower body is going to relax. It's those muscles that are, you know, their attachment points. The space between the knee and the hip is not properly elongated on this side of the joint and on this side of the joint to where you're able to sit completely back, right? But that tension over time is stretching your muscle out little by little, and you don't have to stress it. You're not trying to force yourself into this position. You just got to endure where you're at and let your body do the rest. And the way you help your body is just to breathe. That's why we count our breaths. And the best time to count your breaths and practice your deep breathing is during stretches, because stretches, it's the least strenuous thing that we do in this practice is to stretch. Sometimes that's not true. That frog stretch, especially the partner frog or the wall frog, it can be hectic, especially if you have the sliding pads under your knees. But for the most part, stretching is an excellent time to practice your deep breathing, especially when you're sitting on your feet. All right. So I'm just talking my head off, and we are approaching now the final minute. We're in the final minute. We got a few seconds left here, but 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 minutes. That's 9 minutes of exercise. Okay. After you get done with that 9 minutes of exercise, we're going to move into a shoulder complex. So shoulder, we're just stretching our shoulders. Remember, this first 30 days is about stabilization. We're not going to jump into no crazy, make you sweat type of exercise, test your strength type of exercise. We want to get stable first. All right. And this is daily exercise. It's not 3 times a week, 2 times a week, 4 times a week. We're doing this every day. So trust and believe that this is gonna, we're gonna ramp up as we go along. Might seem easy now, might seem like you're not doing enough, but if you're still hungry at the end of your set, just go through this same exercise routine one more time, all right? But in the beginning, stabilize it. That's all we need to do. Stabilize these joints, stabilize these muscle groups here. Get this loose, all in here and in here, right? And start to build up that vascular pressure of the heart operating in that space where you're required to breathe deep and put the body under stress. All right. Cool. Okay, palm to wall stretch. Okay, and we're gonna count 30 breaths. What you want to do? Put your hands upside down, press it into the wall, so we got a flat palm on the wall, and that by itself is going to stretch this, whatever this is, right, leading right under, right into our armpit. We're gonna stretch that, and if we want to accentuate that stretch, we're gonna rotate this shoulder forward. Okay, and we're gonna get 30 deep breaths here. All right, good. Now we're gonna switch to the other side and do the other shoulder. Palm to the wall, flat palm, and we're gonna rotate that shoulder forward. Get 30 deep breaths. And when we start getting into heavy push-up sets, heavy pull-up sets, heavy dip sets, bar holds, all types of things, ring push pulls, all of those things that's going to burn our arms out, you're going to want to remember to do these stretches in your downtime. This is going to help you recover faster by stretching out those muscles after you pump them. All right, so 30 breaths there. Next one we're going to do is the chicken wing. All right, we're going to take the hand, put it behind the back. Okay, we got a little chicken wing here. Now we're going to find some place to give us some leverage. All right, I want the back of my elbow on the wall, and then I'm going to turn so that I'm going to turn into my arm so that I'm torquing that shoulder, the elbow to the front of my body. So see, I'm here, right? And I'm going to start turning. And so now that is going to stretch the back of this shoulder here. You're going to feel a pinch in the front, or you're going to feel a stretch in the back. All right, so we're opening up that back shoulder, the back shoulder joint. This is probably going to feel really good if you have done a ton of push-ups or bench press or any of those heavy chest exercises, right? So again, we're here for 30 breaths. 30 deep breaths, then you switch to the other side, right? Chicken wing. So I want to get on the wall now, and then I'm going to start turning my body and use the wall as leverage to open up the back of this shoulder. Doesn't have to be painful, but you want to feel the stretch and breathe into the stretch. All right. Good. Wow, that felt pretty good. Back shoulder exercise. So here, we're going to lay down on our chest. This one is called the scorpion hold. Lay down on our chest. And I'm first going to go to the left side of my body. So I'm going to stick my left arm out. Okay? Stick my left arm out. Now I'm going to take my right leg and pull it over like a scorpion tail. Good. And now I feel that stretch in the front of my shoulder. Okay? And I'm going to get 30 breaths here. Feel it in the front of my shoulder. And you can choose the angle of the stretch by just taking time and moving that arm up or down. So I'm moving my arm up a little bit, and now I got a slight variation in that shoulder stretch. And I can accentuate it by pushing up off of my hand, but this right here is plenty stretch for my shoulder right now. And I'm just going to get my 30 breaths, all right? Same thing on the other side. Stretch them shoulders out. You get as much strength gains from stretching like this as you do as actually, quote unquote, working out. You know, stretching is working out. Stretching is exercise. And that's because stretching is an effective way to work your tendon and ligament muscle. The tendon and ligament muscle, those attachment points to the bone, those are muscles too. But trying to get those attachments stronger by lifting weights is impossible. You get them stronger by stretching, because when you're lifting weights, you're affecting those major muscle groups, causing those micro tears that heal and build the muscle back stronger, right? Same concept with stretching for the tendon and ligament muscle. When you stretch those tendon and ligaments for periods of 5-10 minutes at a time, you are creating micro tears, and they do lengthen with those tears, and then they grow back stronger and more elastic. Right? So that's why the stretching is important, because now when you have strong attachment points, now you can actually load up that major muscle group even more with more power. So you have a strong muscle but a weak attachment, all you're gonna do is tear your bicep or something. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna tear yourself up. Okay. You said we're going for 100 to 125 jumps. All right. This is gonna take less than 2 minutes. All right. Cool. Here we go. 50. 75. 125. Okay, 125. When you have the proper composure, the jump rope is very, very easy. When you don't have that composure, then the jump rope becomes very difficult. It's hard to keep yourself composed if you become fatigued. Okay, you can run down the street any old raggedy way when you're tired, but if you're jump roping, you have to stay composed or you're not jump roping. Okay? That's why I love the jump rope, because jumping rope is an athletic movement. Right? Jumping rope is an athletic movement. Jogging down the street any old raggedy way is just that. it's just that. Okay? So perfect. That's routine number 2. Okay, that's day number 2. All right, so good job, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. If you're still jumping, it's okay. Just get it done. That's all that matters. All right? Peace, guys.